Shalom. I like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone who rule well, told me this truth. Salutations to the Akim, preaching this word with truth and sincerity around the four corners. And coming back in the spirit and theme of prophecy, this breaking news has to do with Trump. I believe they tried to assassinate him again. So without further ado, let me just get straight into it.
And we begin with that breaking news out of Florida as the FBI says it's investigating what appears to be another assassination attempt on former President Trump. That incident happening at his golf club in West Palm Beach, Florida. This comes just 9 weeks after the Republican presidential nominee survived an attempt on his life in Pennsylvania. Now, at this hour, authorities are saying the former president is safe and was not hurt. The Secret Service reported opening fire at a man who they say was pointing an AK-47 style rifle into the club as Trump was on the golf course. Now, after the shots from the Secret Service, authorities say the suspect dropped that rifle and then fled the scene in an SUV and was later taken into custody in a nearby county. No injuries were reported. Local authorities are crediting interagency cooperation as a big help in tracking down that suspect.
I just want to tell you, the Secret Service and the FBI and the State Attorney's Office have been fantastic to work with. And I can tell you right now, our agency with this real-time crime center was fabulous. That's how we got the guy. We started out with, we don't know anything, to where we had a tag, we had a vehicle description, and we got an area where we saw the person. So be proud of your law enforcement.
Now, the man in custody for this apparent assassination attempt has been identified as Ryan Routh, according to 3 law enforcement sources. Police say an eyewitness was able to provide crucial information that led to the suspect's arrest. And tonight we have team coverage on shots fired near former President Trump. As the investigation into the suspect continues, we start with senior national correspondent Christine Frizzell with the latest details.
Another attempt on Donald Trump's life foiled after a stunning chain of events in Palm Beach County, Florida. That includes an adept Secret Service officer just ahead of him at the Trump International Golf Course.
He was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says he left behind 2 backpacks with ceramic tile, a GoPro video camera, and an AK-47. Which had a scope, praising a witness who saw the suspect and took a photo of his car and his tag. The suspect, identified as 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Ralph, soon pulled over and taken into custody. Investigators now scouring his social media to determine a motive. Ralph had recently been living in Hawaii and had multiple prior arrests. In a campaign email, Trump writing, "My resolve is only stronger after another attempt on my life. I will never slow down. I will never give up." Shock still settling in that the suspect was able to get as close as he did, between 300 and 500 yards from the former president.
The golf course is surrounded by shrubbery, so when somebody gets into the shrubbery, they're pretty much out of sight. All right? And at this level that he is at right now, he's not the sitting president. If he was, we would have had this entire golf course surrounded. But because he's not, the security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems
Things is heating up.
The threat level is high. We have increased the amount of assets that we've supported, so we live in danger times.
The incident just about 2 months after a gunman was able to get way too close to Donald Trump at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The bullet grazing Trump's ear, another killing a man at the rally. An incident critics say never should have happened.
That falls to negligence, incompetence, being unmotivated, unwilling to do the job on a Saturday morning, a hot Saturday morning in July. The very basics of what the Secret Service needed to cover simply wasn't done.
The analysis from this apparent assassination attempt is so far largely positive of the Secret Service. That stands in sharp contrast to the security lapses that plagued the Butler, Pennsylvania incident. A report on that is due out in the coming days. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
Local lawmakers and President Biden sharing their reaction to what appears to be the second assassination attempt on former President Trump. President Biden saying there is no place for political violence or any violence in our country.
Yeah, so there you have it. They tried to assassinate Trump again, allegedly. I don't know, man. Sounds like propaganda, but let me get a scripture. Quick scripture. It wasn't meant to be long. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. And it reads, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Yeah. And you read that in the NLT, "so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes." Yeah, who knows? This could be a foreshadowing of closing of them shutting down the country, you know, coming with martial law. You don't know. This could be a foreshadowing of them coming with martial law, you know, shutting down the borders, not the borders, the different state lines. Who knows? But just keep your eyes peeled, and when it come across the desk, we'll be sure to report it. Till then, we'll say shalom.